guys, I thought today that I would talk a bit about how to tell friends and family that you have a mental health issue, or you self-harm, for example. I know that it is a very difficult subject to touch on. It's a very difficult subject that people don't really talk about in general anyway. So admitting that you suffer with a mental health problem, or that you self-harm, for example, is especially challenging. You should only really tell people unless you're 100% sure that this person is going to treat you with respect and that they are a good enough friend not to go and tell someone else. And you have to be the judge on that, because you can't doubt yourself when telling yourself that. I mean, you don't really know who's going to be a good person to tell and who's not, but I'd say you wouldn't exactly go into a new friendship and go, "Hey guys, guess what? I self-harm," because that's really gonna make things better. It's just going to scare people off, if anything. So yeah, you've got to be the judge of whether you think they're capable to deal with that sort of information, and if they're not going to blab. Another thing, you should have like a reason why you're telling them as well. With family members, it's easier because they care for you and they're not really going. Well, I hope they're not anyway. They shouldn't. A lot of people have different experiences with family and telling family, but they shouldn't go off and blab about it and stuff. But when telling friends, like, I have the reason that there might be the BBC documentary, so when I went to college, I wanted some moral support from friends, and they have been really supportive. We don't talk about it, it's not something that's out there. They're aware of some of the situation anyway, and I suppose they'd probably be there if I needed to talk to them. So I think that's better, because like at high school everyone knew pretty much, apart from like the younger ones and like some of the newer kids in my year in year 10. But yeah, so like I think you should have a decent reason to tell them, and I think you just need to be careful if you are going to tell people how much you tell them and what you tell them, because it can be quite scary for them as well. If they say if you're their best friend and you're coming to them and you're telling them that you harm yourself, or you feel so low sometimes that you don't want to be here anymore, that it's quite overwhelming for them as well. I can understand that. And when I was in the depths of like my mental health issues, I couldn't see that really. But I think as you go through recovery, you can start to see it. But I think that hopefully they'd be strong enough to say, look, I can't deal with this. But you can also make that judgment for yourself as well, about whether you think they can handle it as well. But don't bottle things inside. That is not what I'm saying. Don't bottle your feelings inside, because that will not help you, and that will not help you in your recovery either. And the more you isolate yourself and the way you feel, the more you get up every day and put on that fake smile, and the more you say I'm okay every time someone asks if you're okay, it's going to get worse, and it spirals. It really does. And you probably know this if you're watching this yourself, that it does spiral. So talk, communicate with someone, your family member. I've not had to deal really with other family members really knowing. My cousin, she knows, and obviously my close family, but that's really about it. No one else really knows in my family, I don't think. So I've not really had to deal with anything, but I can kind of see how difficult it'd be, say if you had grandparents or something, or someone in your family of a different generation perhaps, who has grown up and they don't really understand mental health issues, and they don't really talk about mental health issues, and mental health is communicated a lot better than it was, but we're still a far way off being anywhere near great with talking about mental health. But the only way you're going to recover is by communicating and learning to verbalise rather than using negative coping strategies, which don't get you anywhere. They leave you in a massive hole. But as long as you as you talk and be kind to yourself and be true to yourself, then you can't really go wrong, really. I hope I've helped a bit. If you need any support or anything, yeah, just inbox me or leave a comment or something, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Love you.